Pillars of Eternity continues. Welcome back, everyone, to more Pillars of Eternity. We are still traveling around here in the Northwild. Alright, we got some Elder Stelgers and apparently a dead one. It's like a dead giant albino version. Let's get a bless going. And you got charged. You got some distance? Alright, let's light them up.
So much for you. What? What is it? What? You can trust me.
Over a ground hardened by dried blood and stomped leaves, the corpse of a giant Stelgir crawls with flies. Its flesh has been pierced and cut, as if stabbed by spears and slashed by swords. You touch the dead Stelgir's flank. A cloud of flies stirs into the air, and suddenly you feel the creature's remaining essence. The world around fades away. The pack rests. Rock shelters the young full bellies. You turn, look away, beyond the trees. The moon breaks over their swaying canopy. A scent in the air stirs, a tingling in your mouth. You slide into the shadows, the taste of hunt filling your nostrils. Light shines on the stones by the water that falls, prey down below, two-legged, hair-like dry grass, and moves near the water that flows, thin legs, slow, noisy, unaware. It holds a sharp stick. Two-legged hunter, weak hunter, prey. Closer, prey, bright moon, prey, into the dark. Pain! Pain on your side! A sharp stick pokes out of your flank. You roar and shake it. It snaps, breaking into the stones, wet stones, your blood. Leaves rustle. You look. Another two-legged, another hunter, thick legs, silent steps, striped face, strong hunter, enemy. You leap, aiming at its neck, and moves fast. Your claws find flesh, ripping it deep, ripping it down. Wet leaves, two-legged blood. It howls. It fights back, long claws cut through the air. They slash at your flesh. More pain, sharp pain. You strike, it strikes. Hot blood on your claws, hot cuts on your chest, and the world goes red. Your strength fails, and you can't breathe. The two-legged hunter looks down, wet ground, our blood. Sharp stick above its head, bright moon above its head. Strong hunter. The world goes dark. So this is really quest Hunter Brother. Redai, a Glanfadden from the prestigious tribe, wants to know what happened to her brother Fjorm, renowned hunter, during the blood hunt that took him with another hunter, Arthwin, to the forces of the Northwild. Arthwin claims that Fjorm exiled himself in shame after failing to kill a giant Stelgir in their blood hunt. Redai believes that Arthwin A member of the lower tribe is lying for his own gain. We found the corpse of the giant Stelgir had stalked atop the waterfall and spotted Arthwin below. Then another elf, almost assuredly Fjorm, gravely wounded it with a spear. Stelgir fought to save its life, but died in the resulting battle. Although I have enough evidence about the Stelgir's fate, perhaps there's more I can learn about the events that surrounded its death. You're gonna need to rest soon.
How may I help?
You can shoot a fireball at the Stelgir's ass. Bitch, I'm in range. Fuck with me.
Aspect worth and rock!
Elder spotted. Watch that shit.
So much for you.
Aspect worth
Gotta try something else.
Give them. We need a little resty rest. 8 hours have passed. So we got the big BG3, Baldur's Gate 3 on the horizon. I've been purposely staying off the forums, and I watched a little bit of Sven's playthrough, but that was really about it. I'm trying to not get too many spoilers. I mean, obviously we know that your protagonist has been injected with a mind flayer or an illithid worm, and so you have to deal with that the entire game, which would involve like some cool telepathic and telekinesis type powers as well. So it sounds, obviously it looks like the Divinity engine, but it's going to open up the combat and the strategy, I think, very nicely. Things that you could not do with the old Infinity engine. It had to be modernized to some extent, I guess. Alright. At the mercy of the tribes. Resolve the stalemate between the Deerwood expedition and the Fangs. I found the expedition in the eastern North Weald. They are entrenched by the remains of the old Engwithan Tower. Above the woods narrows Gorge. A score of Glanfathan Fangs have surrounded the Deerwoodians, waiting for the right time to strike their prey down. Let's help the Fangs out. Stop, friend or foe! The man in his blood-soaked armor points his blade. Blood-soaked armor points his blade at you as his wounded and wary comrades flock in position behind him. A trickle of blood runs from a cut on his brow down to his neck, staining a locket worn on a gold chain. You're not Glanfathan! He tightens the grip on his sword handle. By Maglin, friend or foe, I said. I say we are friend. Sword still pointing at you, the man gives a sideways glance at his companions and nods. The mercenaries lower their weapons. A rare and welcome sight, friends this far from home. He lets the weight of his sword lower his arm. He gives a concerned look to the mercenary company. Look at us, hiding in the rocks and holding on in our guts. He points south. The Fangs! They've bloodied us and now we're trapped. Wyneth sent me. What happened? Resourceful girl! The captain huffs a chuckle before returning to his humorless frown. We assume the Glanfathans killed her before coming upon us. I'm relieved she's alive. Doubly relieved she brought help. I'm not necessarily here to help you, buddy. He rests his sword, still caked with blood, across his shoulders. The tribesmen ambushed us just as we made camp. The fight was lopsided slaughter. Esmar stares at his feet as he finishes his thought. In the melee, someone tripped through the campfire. We are lucky in that regard. The stench of burning flesh and the choking smoke obscured the scene, and a few of us managed to withdraw. We ran to these ruins to regroup, and now we're trapped. The face painters are just south of our position, and they have us cornered. No doubt they're happy to let us starve while they rest and rebuild their strength before attacking anew. His left hand idly toys with the locket worn around his neck. Seems this is where we'll be making our last stand. He mutters as he clenches the gold ornament. At least you didn't lose the locket in the scuffle. Focusing on the positive, he laughs as he flips the locket between his callous fingers. This is for my son, for when he's old enough to be trusted with such things. Born a few months ago. Not hollow. Hyla be praised. Told my beloved child would want for nothing. Told my beloved the child would want for nothing. He looks you in the eye with an embarrassed smile. Probably should have also promised her I wouldn't throw my life away treasure hunting in Ir Glanfath. Here's hoping the boy gets his smarts from his mother's side of the family. If the hunters are to the south, can you flee north? We could run away that way, maybe even invade Glanfathan if we're quick, but... The captain looks over his shoulder and shakes his head. We spotted a pack of Stelgas up there. Given the option, I'd rather face some face painters and have them kill me rather quick than die slowly bite by bite of feral cat. If I didn't know better, I'd wager those beasts are working with these tribesmen, but I'm sure they're just here following their stomachs. Just look at us, limping on our injuries and covered in blood. We must smell like a butcher's shop. Alright, he said his buddies are to the south, so let's go see if we can get some story from the face painters. Sounds rather racist. Can't say face painters in 2020. Oh, you guys are real close.
Tread carefully, Estramore.
Wanna fuck? An elven woman stands beside the stag, petting the great beast on its neck. As you approach, the animal jerks its head in your direction and rears up. Stillness, the woman orders the stag, pulling on the skin of the stag's neck until it ceases to buck. Easy now. No need to fight, yet. She turns to face you. One ear is missing its top half, and many battle scars raise her otherwise smooth skin. More faunas, more unclean feet trampling on our lands. More blood to feed the trees. She shakes her head. You should not be here, Estramore. Her hand moves to one of the several blades strapped to her hips. If you are here in our lands, it's either to steal from us or to aid those who would. She gestures to the north at the ruins of the Egwithan buildings protruding from the underbrush. Dear wooden mercenaries, looters, can you hear their panic whispers? Leave this place at once, or we'll kill you when we finish with these Estremorn. I am friend of your Glanfath. Do you speak the truth, foreigner? If you are indeed a friend, you would respect our lands and not defile our sacred soil with your trespass. The woman clenches her jaw. Its muscles quiver underneath the pressure until, suddenly, calm returns to her expression. If you have no bonds of kin or kith with the looters, I'll give you a chance to prove it. She draws one of her swords with a swift arcing motion and points it to the ruins beyond. The invaders must be purged from our lands. Prove your worth, and we will believe your words. Tell me about the mercenaries. Raiders, looters, same as all the other Deerwood and thieves that pillage our lands. The woman touches the oblique stub where her half of her ear used to be. We tracked the Deerwoodans from our first step beyond the Great River and waited for them to err. They always do. We claimed half their pack in our first assault. The cowards that ran now huddled to the north. When the wind turns, you smell their fear. I'll see what I can do. The other woman sheathes her sword and reaches to her stag. The animal lowers its head to meet the caress of her hand. Gentle, strong, we wait here to welcome you back as a warrior and friend. Alright, we got a choice. Who to kill? It looks like the bonus for helping these guys out is going to be better for Lug Lug. We'll get a wild running talent, which gives us plus 10 defense against stuck and hobbled attacks, and also plus 10 while disengaging. The other buff does give, it's a .01 to crit, but the other two skills you get are stealth and mechanics, which I believe this is going to go on our chosen one, Lug Lug, only, so we could save and find out.
Well?
Course.
Right here.
Well?
Let's get this party started. Alright, let's do some Shadow Flame.
Gotta try something else.
Alright, that resolved the stalemate.
Well?
blood-splattered grimoire.
Yes.
Good thing I'm freshly graced.
Many blessings, traveler.
You have our gratitude, Estimal. Though we could have dealt with the looters on our own, you spilled blood in our name. We honor with such sacrifices. She bows to you with a smile. In glory of your assistance, and to offer you strength for your next hunt, I wish to share with you either our craft, our skill, or our bounty, whichever you feel is most worthy of you. Well, the weapon is going to be a bow for a ranger class only, and we don't need the 9,000 copper, so we're going to take the talent. Objects can be lost or broken. Knowledge never loses its value. She steps in close and presses her hands to your navel, pushing on your center of balance. When you spar with us, as many Orlans do, you learn the hard way to be mindful of where you place your legs in a fight, and mindful of how easily your foe can shadow your control. And Lug gets wild running talent. It's rare for us to find new friends amongst the Anstramorn. The Fangs will speak well of you, and we will await the day our paths cross once again. She turns to her group and gives them a short command. The soldiers depart, the great stag quickly following after as the Fangs disappear into the dense cover of the Northwield's foliage. Quest completed. Taxes collected. Major adventure completed. Grieving Mother returns to the stronghold. Spoils await in the Great Hall treasury chest. I wish the level cap went up a little bit more. Should have went to 20. My name is Lug. I guess these boars don't want none of Lug. Well, but this guy does. Got some clues over here. This leather pack, its belongings washed down the current of the river, gleams like a wet rock. Whoa! Crater Rain Blight. Alright. But you are terrible about... You're too quick. take that off. Cancel. Fuck!
Well,
You already got knocked on your ass.
that's it.
Fireball strike! Cancel that one. Fireball strike! Total domination. Awakened root. It's gnarly and twisty. This boot lies half buried in the mud on the riverbank as if it's been flushed from the upstream. Which is where we need to keep going, apparently. Go ahead and do a semi-quick save. Got my players coming over today. Hope everyone's being safe, social distancing as much as possible. I, for one, am not doing that as much. Yeah. I mean, I'm social distancing for most people, just not my game players. Still going to the gym.
Yes.
We're pretty much on 100% mask everywhere you go here, so everyone's wearing their mask. We don't have any of those silly bitches that are refusing to wear a mask, at least none that I've encountered. We should all just follow along and get this shit over with, because it's getting pretty fucking annoying.
I tried to pet a Stelgar once. Similar outcome.
But yeah, game day today. It's only a group of us four, including myself, so it's nothing crazy. Playing Gloomhaven currently, which is pretty much Dungeons and Dragons in a board game box. At least that's a simplified way of saying it. It has much different rules, but it's very cool. Check out Gloomhaven if you ever want to get into a very deep and dense RPG board game. Beneath the raging waterfall, the corpse of an elven Glanfathan hunter lies shattered against the rocks. Broken bones protrude through his skin. She also noticed deep parallel cuts in the rotting flesh. The slashes trace almost every part of the body as if it's been ravaged by a dozen blades. This man probably died before his fall from the cliffs above. You touch the dead elf's forehead, droplets of water glisten down its purple surface, and feel a sudden jolt from the hunter's lingering essence. The world around you fades away. You're walking among the underbrush without making a sound. Moonlight catches sight of your arms, shining then pale. But you quickly dart again in the shadows of the giant trees of the Northweald. Your blood brother is not so deft as you expected. Look at him, frail, unaware. He doesn't deserve to share the glory of this hunt. It's been countless seasons since a Stelgar like this one, twice the size of its lesser kin, has roamed the forest near Twin Elms. Althwin fell for the trick. You almost feel pity for him, but you've convinced yourself that he'd only get in the way once the killing begins. He'll be safer by the river, expecting that we'll flank the Stelgar when he comes out to drink, but this kill will only be yours. The Stelgar is larger than you imagined. It stands without fear atop the waterfall's ridge, its silhouette cutting a monstrous hole against the mantle of the giant sky. A beast of legend, a true hunter. Your hand tightens around the shaft of your father's spear. The weight feels balanced just right as you prepare the throw. You put everything into it. The spear flies true and hits its mark. The Stelgear didn't even hear a sound. Its blood spills bright on the rocks, yet it stands unfazed. The beast pounces. Moonlight shines over its great fangs. Your hands draw your blades, without a second thought as you lunge forward to meet this monster. It's fast. It's ripping your flesh apart. You stab at the darkness engulfing you, deep again and again, but there is no slowing its embrace. We found enough information about Fjorm's death. His brother Radai will want to know about it. Alright, back to the Hersong district. His lingering essence revealed part of his last memories of trying to kill the giant Stelgear by himself. Fjorm tricked Arthwin and fought the creature alone, dying in the attempt. So Arthwin's lying about his brother exiling himself. We don't like liars. We're evil, but lying is not evil. Lying is just makes you a shitty person, period.
What is it?
Makes you a little bitch. Lug doesn't like little bitches.
Of course.
All the traces of blood, I guess. The spear is broken in half. It has ornate grandfather etchings along two halves of its shaft. Oh, where'd my story go? The wetwood shows dents stained green with moss, probably from impacts against the river rocks. The track of bloodstains continue further to the east. Yeah, we pretty much know how the story goes. Guy got fucked up. Alright. Didn't I just see that, Ah. Yeah, I should be here. We need to go to the Passage of 6th District, I believe. Is that this direction? Or no, maybe he's in... There we go. Name of the tavern. See, going on too long without playing. Negative effects on my memory. It's tough to put out content like I used to, with as busy as the job is and with all this shit going on, and not to mention we're juggling the whole wedding at this point that was supposed to happen, and according to the fiance is still happening in Halloween. We will see if the Rona lets us.
Estramore?
You returned. We hope you found the truth about my brother's fate. I've concluded my task. It's time to speak with the Anam Fath. What did you see? Where is Fjorm? Radai takes a step forward. Tell me. Radai, the huntress thrusts her palm between you and her companion. The truth belongs to all of us, even Othwin. You know this. Radai hesitates for a moment. He wipes the sweat off his face, leaving traces of red paint on his hands. Ready to share the truth with the Anamfath, he looks up. And I'll make sure that so is Othwin. I've been investigating Form's disappearance. You're not gonna like what I have to say. Indeed, Othwin and Radai have spoken of little else. I do not envy your position. Galwis of Anams, yet your testimony may resolve the tensions between the keepers of the stone and the twice-split arrows. Oh, that's a chick talking. She steeples her fingers. When you've gathered your evidence, I'll call a hearing. Let's do it! I will summon Othwin and Radai. The fates and names of their tribes depend on what you will reveal to us. Galwis and Anams. Bethel stands at the head of the hall, lit from behind of a dozen candles. She casts a long shadow across the floor. We've gathered to weigh the claims of Othwin and Radai in the matter of Fjorm's disappearance. To that end, we are honored by the presence of Gowns and Anams, whose insight will help us render a verdict. Murmurs of astonishment echo from the front of the hut. We begin with Othwin's claim. He asserts that Fjorm lured him into a confrontation with the Stelga and that he slew the beast on his own. Fjorm, he says, exiled himself, fearing the knowledge of his actions would heap shame on the keepers of the stone. She holds up a tooth as long as her arm. As evidence, he brings a fang from the great Stelga. On the other hand, Radai states that his brother was tricked and murdered by Othwin during the hunt. A hunter of Fjorm's renown would not have fallen in the blood hunt but by treachery. Her shadow flickers and dances in the candlelight as she looks at you. And now we turn to our Galwis and Anams. We ask only that you share your observations that we may find closure for the two tribes. What fate befell Fjorm? Fjorm is dead! Othwin's a lying little bitch! What? Radai stares at you, his face contorted between surprise and anger. He turns to Othwin. How, you puny weakling, how? The Anamfath whips her neck around toward the tribesman. Do not forget your place! Radai's chest balloons, but he quickly lowers his chin in obedience. Othwin's eyes dart from side to side. The Anamfath continues. It saddens us to know this truth, but we still must reveal it deeper. If this is so, how did the giant Stelagir die? Bjorn killed the giant beast! Of course he did. Radai shakes his fist and looks to everyone in the hall. Othwin is just a feeble piece of shit from the twice-split arrows and a liar! Silence! Her slitted pupils narrow as she regards you. And now we come to it. Claim the truth for the 6 tribes, Galwis and Anams. Fjorm tricked Othwin and fought the giant Stelagir by himself. They killed each other in the fight. Othwin tried to cover Fjorm's shame, but lied about besting the creature. Your words echo along the passage of the 6 to the solemn audience. Bethel nods. It is as you say. We thank you for sharing your truth with us. The Anamfath turns to Othwin and Radai. Brothers of the tribes, let those wounds mend. Go in peace and contemplate the shame brought into our hearth. She turns back to you. Shame upon both tribes is not what I would have wanted, but we must learn to turn our faces to these hard truths if we are to survive the coming seasons. Your integrity is a boon to us. Please accept this with our thanks. Quest completed. And we got a new cool fancy sword. Sheath in Autumn. A legend of the living land speaks of a marvelous and dangerous garden watched over by 4 guardians, northern wind, southern gale, western sun, and eastern moon. To protect the garden from those who would disturb its wonders and to protect hapless wanderers from the ravenous beast and carnivorous plants within, the guardians diverted travelers with their respective domains, frigid and buffeting winds, glaring daylight and the darkness of night. 3 would stand alert each season while 1 guardian rested. It is said that Northern Wind left this sword sheathed in the mountain snows each year during its autumn respite. This bitch is bad. 20 to 29 slashing, plus 12 accuracy, 45 damage. An additional enemy can be engaged, 25 freeze damage. And we can still enchant it, baby. The question is who really wants to use a one-handed sword here? We got the Soulbound sword that only does 18 to 27, though. Oh yeah, this isn't as good. That is not as good. $20 to $29. It's definitely got the most damage right up front. Could White Forge it, make it even better. Oh shit, I could legendary it. Cause we got them Kraken eyes. Have to mull that over. It's definitely a nice sword. We can put a slain on it as well. Not the Kith. This will give us put it to 12, and then we can add a slain, and then the Durgan Refinery does not cost anything, so we could put it on. Beast. Does that help us against dragons and Durgans?
What is it?
I think we can get more companion quests done now. As well. Let's see what we got. So you got your enemy, the Phylactery's Promise. We still gotta go turn in some head. Cadnua. And I believe this is the bounty back in the expansion. Alright. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Let's head back to Cadnua. Only taking 2 days, basically.
Last thing the Deerwood needs is another foreign colony.
Alright, prestigious visitors. We gotta check our treasury as well. Still in the process of building a new computer. I'm kind of holding out because apparently they're going to be releasing the 3000 series for the GeForce soon. But I'm gonna dump a 2,000 to 3,000 on a new machine here very shortly. Definitely gonna be a new rig. This one I've been using for getting pretty close. Probably maybe I don't know. Whenever the first i7s came out, this is I think the second generation. I don't see anything super fancy in here. The hell's this? AOE. Anyways, give me my shit. I don't understand where these visitors are supposed to be, so either this is another glitch that has to do with this asshole not leaving. Maybe he should be gone. But where's Lord Sidrock and Gaeta? Can I not talk to these guys? Does him visiting just give me +3 for the moment? I guess. How come she doesn't have any buffs? You can see there Lord Sidrock is giving me a bonus. So maybe when he's visiting, we just get that bonus. But then what's the point of her visiting if I can't even talk to him? And this asshole's still here ranting about this shit.
I trust all is well. Please let me know if there's anything I...
Alright, well that seems like a waste of my time. But we still need to turn in the bounty head here, so we will go do that. Haven't decided if I'm going to go i9 or the latest and greatest AMD yet.
I must say, I'm impressed.
Hearing good things from both. I'll likely stick to Intel because that's who I've used for pretty much all my life. And the i9-9900 is a pretty stellar chip. Probably slap 32 gigs of some badass RAM in there. Definitely going to go with a couple solid state hard drives. And a sick ass video card. They'll probably do like a 3080 Ti version and a 3070.
Good day to you.
Here's the bounty for Devwin. All that experience going to waste.
Good day, stranger.
Alright, and he's got final bounties actually. Let's see, there's a pack of wizards with a price on their head, and there's another bounty offer for Glanfathom tribes. Last one is going to be rough. Ever tangled with the Vithrak before? Oh yeah. I got brains all over. I got their brains all over my backpack. The wizards. Now this one, looks like someone crossed the Dominils. Ooh, that's my posse right there. High Arcanist Sly. She and her cabal of wizards are holed up in the tower in Heritage Hill. The bounties for Narak the Prophet, a Glanfathom exile. He was banished from his tribe for his extreme views. Narak's a cipher, and it seems he's taken an interest in Engwithan site, north of Gilded Vale. Silant Lys. Several tribes have pooled together coin for his bounty. They say they don't want him tampering with some machine out there. And the Vithrak. Well, one of their exarchs, this circle, has turned up in Pearlwood Bluff with some of his kin. This offer's unsigned, but it seems like someone doesn't want him sticking around. Alright. Much more bounties. We should go take care of some. Bounty hunter time. And we'll come back, turn in some more heads, and sell all our shit. And I think it's time to take our little, hobbit bitch, little halfling ranger chick, to Twin Elms. We gotta start doing this companion quest. And I still have to choose someone to sacrifice back in the pits of doom. Alright, so Heritage Hill. What the fuck? Oh, that's right. That's back in town. Shit. She's in the tower. Payday. A distant relative of Grandfather Welfare has arrived at the stronghold. The tower, it's off. Does this mean the curse of Heritage Hill is lifted? Wasn't a curse, but yeah, it's safe again. I think it'll be some time before anyone will be willing to settle in the district again, but at least we can get started on restoring it. There, that's the nice man who helped me. I thank the arm for it. Well, we'll get you sorted out at the keep.
Yes.
How the fuck am I supposed to get back in here? Open this gate. Okay, not sure why I can't go there. Gonna need to look into that one. Alright, here we are, Pearlwood Bluff. This is gonna be Narak the Prophet, I believe. Or no, this is gonna be the Vithrak. How tough can it be? There we are. They're gonna cast all kinds of weird shit on us. Well, so much for the element of surprise. They're fucking me up. No, we don't want to do that. What do I have that gets people out of being stunned? I don't know. Fucking keep dropping that lightning. Lug back with us?
Yes.
Somewhere. Just like Mama.
Game over, baby. Game fucking over.
Of course.
Whiskglass. Created by Glenfather monk, Whiskglass Greengarb was her way of honoring the forest that was her home. Clad in clothing designed to disguise her against the leaves and branches, she could sneak upon her quarry and attack while they were still unaware of her presence. Her strikes were powerful and sure, dealing devastating blows to those unfortunate enough. She can give me a devastating blow! She in turn proved as tenacious as the vine, for whenever she was struck down, she would only rise again, ready to continue the fight. Got second chance on unconsciousness. Some light armor, that seems pretty nice. Keep that out for examination. Not that you can wear it, robot bitch. And there's the head that we need. Fantastic. Lots of juicy Visrak brains as well. Well, it's a journey to Salan Lees, but we got a bounty there. Whoa, what's this rogue guy doing here? Get him! I gotta refocus that now. Throwing out all our quickies. I mean, it just double mages, man. I'm telling you, it's the way to go. These guys are toast. Fucking toast, baby.
Yes.
Narok the Prophet. He is dead, son. An owner of Grandfather fighters earned the name Eldar Dur, or Steel Swan, because of their prowess and theatrics in battle. Beautiful and resilient, they came to be known as an elite group of warriors that could not be stopped in the battlefield. The strongest of blows could not topple them. Each wore one of these breastplates inscribed with a swan, announcing to all who fought them they were not to be fucked with. Alright, another bounty done, son. That wraps it up for this video, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon with more Pillars of Eternity.